Well, while I'm here waiting to order from Jaclyn Hill's new collection, I thought I would talk a little bit about Tati. like, listen, listen, listen. Y'all need to calm down. Hi, my name is Yolanda, and welcome back to my channel. I want to talk about Tati closing her business because I'm interested in it. Every once in a while, we get a little messy on this channel. It is commentary. It is something that I see and I want to talk about. I've been thinking a lot about brands, exactly how brands work. Okay, y'all need to calm down. Jaclyn Hill is doing Jaclyn Hill things. Like, this is a pattern. This is something that she keeps doing. I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. I might make a video about Jaclyn Hill and Tati because there are things that I'm seeing. But for right now, we're just going to talk about Tati Beauty shutting down. Okay, one, everybody needs to calm down. Okay, no one lost their job. Distribution centers did not shut down. I'm going to tell you, C Beauty has 9 employees, according to the interwebs. 9 employees. It's a marketing team. What goes in that team, that is what the entirety of C Beauty is. Now, they own ColourPop manufactures in-house. According to Kylie and the court filings there, Kylie had a different formula, but probably the same manufacturer that ColourPop does. She gets to mark up because she is trading on her name. Same thing with Tati. One palette full of pressed glitters and one overpriced beauty sponge does not shut down a distribution center. People are not in bread lines. If C Beauty closed down distribution, it was due to Kylie leaving and going over to Cody. COVID is my favorite, and I mean my favorite excuse for not doing shit. Like, I know that, like, it's exactly that, though. It's an excuse. If I do not want to show up to a wedding or a social gathering or Thanksgiving, for that matter, COVID is the perfect excuse for not leaving the house. It is not an excuse for not selling makeup, okay? As much makeup as I bought, 2020, 2021, come on. I search for accuracy. Things have to make sense, and nothing about what Tati had to come and tell us in her 2 videos, her Q&A, in which she spoke for 32 minutes and didn't say much of anything. And listen, I get it. You are in a legal battle. I understand. But if you can't talk about it, then don't. Or tell the truth. And I'm sorry. My brain searches for inaccuracy. It searches for inconsistency, and nothing about the story, the narrative. It's a great story. It's a great story, but nothing about the story that Tati is telling makes any sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It wasn't COVID that Tati Beauty down. It was Tati that shut Tati Beauty down. Tati, Dramageddon 2, her mask, C Beauty bet big on Tati, and all parties lost. Tati was in it to make a ton of money, and she got messy real quick. You know, no one like sat down and said, like, you will make this video about James Charles. She did that on her own free will. I made a video about this, weaponizing empathy. Tati is the type of woman that you have to look out for, like, because I've been persecuted by this woman my whole entire life. The rational woman who speaks calmly, seems to make sense, is competent and talented in some way, but isn't exactly telling the whole truth. And is, like, she kept receipts on James Charles. Okay? And this is the thing. It, like, when we have adversarial things, James Charles versus Tati versus Shane Dawson versus Jeffree Star. And guess what? We've all found out that all 4 of those people were bad actors in that entire situation. It seems, allegedly, that James Charles has a problem. Tati called that problem out. She kept receipts on her mentee. She weaponized the information that she had to benefit herself and her brand. James Charles, and I'm not even interested enough in in James Charles and Jeffree Star and or Shane Dawson to even, like, waste breath on going into how that works. But if your whole brand is built on honesty and the algorithm keeps telling me that I have to watch this because I know exactly how the algorithm works. I've been gaming it for the years I've been watching YouTube. I pass on things that I do not find any interest in. But since Tati came back, YouTube has been making me engage with Tati when I do not want to. Autoplay. And that's exactly how I got caught up in this mess. And now y'all are going to have to hear about it. It's one of those things. Autoplay. I watch a discrete number of creators who I enjoy, who feed my soul, and then a Tati video. I don't want to watch Tati because Tati, to my ear, to my sensibility, is not telling the truth. Did anybody clock the fact that she used 2 brands in her I'm closing Tati Beauty video? Scott Barnes and Maybelline. Did she ever in there say that she was gifted, that she received those items in PR, or that those 2 brands were probably sponsoring the video? Allegedly. No one, like we are past the age where you can do that. Like, if I'm watching you and your content is sponsored, I need to know. So, and I don't judge sponsored content. I would love to get paid to do this. I would love, that is a goal of mine. Please like, comment, subscribe, engage. 1, I live for it. And 2, I would love to make a living doing this. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. I would love to make money doing this. I would. It's a goal. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. So I have to mind my motivations on a regular basis. Am I being mean? Am I doing this out of spite? I'm doing this because I just don't like being lied to. My brain wants to know the truth about things. And honestly, she brings up her wedding ring every video. And I am not seeing anyone in the drama community. Everybody's talking about how much everybody loved that palette. I haven't seen that palette for a year. I haven't seen anybody use that palette. I see that palette in declutters. That's it. I don't see people constantly going back to that palette. I've seen Hindash's palette come. I've seen people use Natasha Denona palettes repeatedly. I've seen people use Pat McGrath's motherships on a regular basis. I have never seen somebody pick up and say, you know what, I'm going to use Tati Beauty today. Maybe it's just because I watch quality content. Or that palette wasn't as beloved by the community as everybody is trying to pretend now that, there's this great loss. Listen, grifters are going to grift. Tati's back on her grind, doing all of that content, which I'm pretty sure is sponsored in some way or another and not being disclosed, allegedly. I'm saying these things, it's the story to me that makes sense. It is what intuitively I think is going on. Is it true or not? I don't know, but I'm telling you, I don't believe a word that woman is saying. I just wish that the community would calm down. I still have questions. 1, okay, if we can't talk about the details of how this litigation is affecting Tati Beauty, then I'd rather we just not talk about it at all. I need information. I need more information because the story that Tati is telling about this doesn't make sense to me. Make it make sense. None of this makes sense to me. One of my favorite idioms is, don't piss on my back and tell me it's raining. And everything about what is going on with Tati Beauty doesn't make sense to me. I still have questions. I want to know exactly what James's role in this is. Was it cheaper to keep him? Inquiring minds need to know. Tati asked us for feedback about whether she wants to talk about these things. And yes, tell us all of the details and allow us to suss out whether or not any of this makes sense. To my ear, none of it makes sense. None of it is a cohesive story. I'm a writer. So, you know what's been occupying my brain as well? Bad art friend. If you know what bad art trend is and you want to hear me talk about it, leave WWN. I guess that's my acronym for white woman nonsense down in the comments because I want to talk about bad art trend. I'm wondering if there is room on that for my channel because it's not exactly beauty related, but it is literary world gossip. So if you know what bad art trend is and you want to hear me talk about it, leave WWN in the comments. I'll be back. I want to continue talking about Tati. I want to talk about Tati and what's going on with Jaclyn Hill because like the scammer's gonna keep scamming and like I just feel like we're being scammed. I don't want to be lied to in this community. I know that a lot of brands are built on the myth of their owners, of what's going on behind the scenes. There is drama, there is intrigue, and I like those myths, but I also am conscious of who's selling to me and why. Tati traded on her good name, that she was being honest with us, that she was being open with us. And I don't see the honesty and openness that she is talking about on her channel. I don't see it in any of her messaging, and I never saw it in her brand. So until next time, and it'll be a very short turnaround, keep your peace, and I'll see you soon.